Welcome back, guys. Hope everybody's keeping well. We're back now here for Ange Watch. I've been listening in tonight. All sorts of different opinions on the game. Different podcasts. Listening in. Spurs fans, rival fans. They're all saying mostly the same thing, to be honest. When are Spurs? When is Ange gonna change? He's just not, is he? The inconsistency in this team is just unbelievable, isn't it, really, guys? Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, that performance on Sunday against Fulham was just so bad. And I heard what Ange said in the press conference. Basically blaming it on injuries and players are tired and, we haven't got the squad, blah, 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 blah. We had enough out there today to put in a better performance of that. And it all comes back down to his system and his tactics, doesn't it, guys? He doesn't change up. We were getting done on the wings all day, weren't it, with Fulham's overlapping fullbacks. And they've done that to us before. They've done that to us last season. And he just doesn't learn, does he? He just does not learn. And if he thought the team was tired, right, then, well, what do? You kind of sit off it a bit, don't you? You just let Fulham come to you and then try and play them on the counter, reserve some energy. Obviously, that's what you have to do in football. You have to judge the players. You have to judge who's there, who's not. And it's just Ange's poor tactical planning and management of the team, game to game, and look, it's just embarrassing, man. He's so inept, isn't he, of managing this team? He just doesn't know what he's doing, does he really? He just thinks he can just rock up playing that same system week in, week out. I know we played differently against City, but other than that, that City result was just a bit of a freak result, really, wasn't it? Because that is one win in 5, and we're just not good enough. It was two poor results before the City game, and then we've had 2 poor results after, and we're just not good. We are not good. We were lucky not to lose on Sunday. Fulham, their manager, he tactically adjusted it, didn't he? And even when it went down to 10 men, they pulled themselves together and they got the point. They deserved to win that game. We were very lucky. We were well off it. The question is, why aren't these players up for these type of games? Obviously we've seen some great performances this season against Villa, Man United, City. We've had a couple of good home performances, good home wins as well to West Ham and Everton. It's just I've just lost for words. There's part of me wants to really get angry about it, but I just can't be bothered. I really can't. I just have to accept that this manager is just so average. A lot of these players in this team are so average. Our squad, the signings in the summer, a lot of young players, can't really blame them. It's not their fault. Didn't sign enough experience, didn't sign enough winners to come into this team. And she's left, he went along with it all. He could have spoken up. Many say that managers don't speak up to their chairman, but look, that he should have spoken up. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. We're not going anywhere. We've got a couple of tough games coming up against Bournemouth away, and then we have Chelsea at home, and then we have the Man United quarter-final in the Cup. Tough games. I just don't have any confidence in this team. Where is our next win going to come from now? I am really seriously thinking, where? Ange, and he was going on about the entertaining football after the Roma game. What guys, did you find that Fulham game entertaining? Because I certainly didn't. We didn't play much good football at all. Really, Fulham were the ones who were entertaining. And, you kind of compare Ange to other managers in the league, and then you go through it. Cooper done a job on us. The Brighton manager. Glasner, Palace, he's done a job on us. McKenna done a job on us. you know, they all can work out how to play against this Spurs side, and Ange, she's just going along with it all, just making excuses as he normally does. We should have played such a better performance against Fulham. We should have been up for it. We should have been motivated to win in front of the home crowd. You know, the players just didn't look interested. They just really struggled to get up for these type of games. And Ange, for me, I'm just waiting now. I'm just waiting for him to leave. I'm not looking forward to anything right now. You can't look forward to anything because you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, we're so inconsistent. And like, you know, when I was listening to some rival fans talk about Ange, and even them saying, you just got to let this guy go. You just got to let him go. It's an absolutely embarrassment, isn't it? Like losing to Ipswich, smashing City, and then just struggling against Fulham. Poor against Roma. Terrible against Galatasaray. Oh dear, what's going to happen on Thursday against Bournemouth? Like Bournemouth, they got a win at the weekend. They were, I think, a point or two below us in the league. Look, if they beat us, they can go above us on Thursday. And if that happens, I'm sorry. Injuries, even if you can say injuries, it's just not on, is it? And Areola, I think, is a better manager than Ange. And we're in for a tough night down on the coast on Thursday. So look, guys, there's not really much more to say. I'll be back with Nige Purecois, a couple of special guests on Tuesday. We'll be discussing the game, looking at, you know, Ange and, you know, why isn't he changing, talking about him. You know, a lot of people deflect. They say, look, it's the squad problem, it's the injuries, it's a process thing. You know, you're going to have these games. I just don't understand why people are still behind this man. He's just not good enough. And it's just so simple for me, isn't it? Like, you know, if you haven't got the players, or the players are off it or injured or whatever, you just change it up for a game. You know, mix it up, play different, get some points, try and get some points. You can't always play well every week, can't always play amazing attacking football every week. Sometimes you just got to dig in, get the results, build up a bit of momentum. And then, you know, once you get a bit of confidence aside, then maybe you can go a bit more to your favourite style of play. It's just like any sensible manager would do, managing a team. But Ange just doesn't do it. Look, it's just crazy. It's so frustrating, and it's just like, I mean, going into the season, I didn't have too much of a hope after that transfer window. But I was like, come on, you know, maybe Ange has learnt this season. Maybe he's going to adjust. Maybe he's going to change up. But he hasn't, has he? And he's just talking rubbish. And I just can't deal with it anymore. You know, there's the argument that you can't keep on changing managers. You hear that. But when a manager is just not using his tools, he's not making decisions to adapt in games, change it up before games as well, prepare. You know, and you can't blame Levy. Yeah, yes, you can blame Levy on the transfer window, of course, and how terrible we're run as you know, in the kind of footballing side of things. You can blame Levy for all that, but Levy doesn't set the team out, does he? Ange sets the team out, and Ange could approach it in so many different ways. He's got options there. Stop inverting those fullbacks. They're getting absolutely ruined at the moment, those inverted fullbacks. Porro's been terrible the last couple of games. Udogie as well. I mean, the only shining light, I would say, is that the two covering centre-backs have come in and done okay. You know, they've been doing their job defending. And look, and Foster coming in, he's done okay in his last two games as well. But if you look out throughout the rest of the team, just nothing going on, is there? Son is well off it. Werner's rubbish. Johnson, he scores, but what else does he do for the whole match? Basuma was doing so much against Fulham, just trying to fight fires. Sarr was off it. Maddison, he was inverting fullbacks were getting in the way, as they usually do. It's just like, you just see it and you're just thinking, Ange, what are you doing, mate? Honestly, what are you doing? And you know, if we lose the next 3 games, surely he's got to go, eh? Surely get somebody in who can just set us up right for the rest of the season, try and get us up that league, try and win us a cup. I do think we've got good players. Yes, we ain't got the best players in the league, of course not, but there's enough there to do a hell of a lot better. Because if you look at the teams around us, Brentford's, Bournemouth's, you know, they're all similar points, Newcastle's. They're you know, their teams, you can't tell me that their team's better than ours. They're not. Their managers are working on tighter budgets. They haven't got the team as Spurs have, but they're just doing just as good. So it just tells me that he's just not good enough for this club. And it's the persistence for me of him not changing up and not adapting and just sticking with this system which is failing. The entertaining football is no, you know, we can't even look at that after the game against Fulham, because there was no entertainment there. It was just survival, wasn't it? And just praying that Fulham didn't score a few goals, because they were well on top of us. The stats show it. They deserved to win it. Yes, they didn't have a game in the midweek, but still, man, come on. They had a couple of players missing. Look, guys, I'll be back on Tuesday, as I said. Yeah, look, it's really difficult, isn't it? Like, you know, we're going to be talking about the same old things. But look, please come down and join us on Tuesday, 7:30. Got a couple of cracking guests on, and look, it should be fun. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and come on, you Spurs.